Hello and welcome to week 13, where this week I try to roast my own coffee beans. And that's it.
Hi friends, today we have a particularly fun experiment. I think some of you may know that I do own a coffee company called Carlin Brothers Coffee, and sort of like our big thing, if you actually read the description on the back of the bag, is that one of the big ideologies behind it is that we don't care how you drink your coffee. There's no need to drink it specifically black. You don't need to make it into a foaming latte or anything, just super fancy or ridiculous. Just whatever you like is whatever you like. But one of the things that I've been super curious about for a long time, because the way that we roast our beans is through a roasting company. So I historically don't know how to roast coffee beans. And so here at home, as a fun experiment, I thought I would see if I could do it on my gas grill. And the way that I'm going to do that is by using a rotisserie spinner with a basket that is originally, I guess, intended for French fries that you could cook over the grill. So that's the premise. Let's see what we can do. Here is our equipment. This is the basket that everything will rotate in, and then this is just a pretty standard rotisserie spinner for a Weber grill. And on top of that, we have our individual bags of beans right here. So these are all just 1 pound bags that come from different parts of the world. This is Ethiopia. This one's actually also Ethiopia, but a darker roast. And then we have Colombia right here. The rough premise behind picking these is almost in an effort to emulate what we already have with Carlin Brothers Coffee, which is a flavor profile that sort of emphasizes chocolate and citrus. And the reason that I'm attempting to recreate it on my own is just because I have a good frame of reference for what that already tastes like. So each of these is supposed to have that same flavor profile, just gonna be coming in sort of different roast qualities. So I don't really know. I think I'm gonna start with this one, pretty arbitrarily. Okay, I've never rotisserized anything before, but I don't think it's that hard. I'm pretty sure it's just put thing on, let thing spin. That's our motor. I think those are our prongs. Bracket. Chopsticks. All right, basket. All right, just number 1. And with that, we are hooked up, we are spinning. Gonna go ahead and preheat the grill, and I think we're just gonna be able to do this thing. In case you didn't know, that's what coffee beans look like before they're roasted. Shoot! I think I may have mentioned before in a past vlog that a lot of times when I'm doing this stuff, there is an ultimate outcome, and in the edit bay and stuff, I know where it's all going. This is one of those moments where there was something that I thought could be a problem. I thought I was just overthinking it, because I feel like people use these exact units for exactly what I'm using it for, but I might be wrong. Or maybe it's just a filter of sorts, because I think the wire mesh is actually too big, and some of the beans are falling out. Maybe it'll just be the case that it's small ones. But that's a problem. Crap. Okay. So the rough game plan here is basically just jostle it a little bit and see how much comes out. But I have a feeling it's gonna be a lot. Just oh yeah. Crap! Now what do I do? I can't stress to you enough how much that didn't work. I shook it like 3 times, the entire thing came out. So, this basket's obviously not going to work long term. I'm gonna have to get one that has a smaller grid so that stuff doesn't kind of filter through there. That's just my bad. Hard to determine when you're purchasing it online and sort of making it up as you go. In the interest of attempting to make it work because I want to, I'm gonna try to run foil along the inside of the basket to see if that could hold it in, and maybe we could still get a roast out of it. So there's not a lot of downside. There's not a huge worst case scenario. When you're buying the beans green like this, they're like $5 per pound, so it's significantly cheaper. That's where we're at. Like wrapping a present in reverse, right? Okay. It's not pretty. It might work, so that's not the worst.
Get the idea.
Very curious to find out whether or not my editor just put a SpongeBob 1 hour later.
Shut your mouth, you mediocre clarinet player.
Sorry, Ethan. I'm sure the foil noise is some quality ASMR though. All right, we're gonna try to put it back together now. You know, sometimes I feel like looking at things as worst case scenarios can seem like a very like doomsday approach to things, but sometimes I actually feel like it's a really good philosophy. It's like, what is the worst case scenario here? And it's like, the worst case scenario here is I ruin a few dollars worth of beans. Like there's not a bad situation. It's worth trying. All right, here goes nothing. Take 2. Still managed to spill, but that was just my fault that time. That was just fun. Aha. Straight up, it looks like a coffee roaster that's ready to go to space. Okay, now for the slightly pretentious bit of it. One of the cool things about our coffee company, Carlin Brothers Coffee that is that we stop our roasting just before second crack. And it's sort of something that you are not going to find like in a coffee bean that you buy off of like the grocery store shelf. And the difference is that roasting past second crack will give like more longevity to the bean. It has a much longer shelf life, which is good when you are a mass producer and you want to be able to provide a very, very, very consistent product to anybody who buys it off the shelf at any point in time. So it's not like there's not a time and a place for exactly that thing. With ours, what you end up with is a much more flavorful coffee roast, but you're also facing a shorter shelf life in terms of getting peak flavor. It's not like it goes bad or anything like that where it would be like spoiled, but it just means that like the sooner that you could drink it after roasting, the better it will be. So we don't have a lot that we're armed with here in terms of going in. I'm not even gonna be able to see the beans to see like what color they are as we're going. And my grill is a propane grill, meaning that it has some amount of like fluctuation in temperature and stuff like that. So
I thought you might enjoy 7.5 gallons of pure premium propane.
Pretty much my game plan. The grill is set at about 500 degrees right now. I am just going to put them on for 10 minutes. And what we'll get is a data point. It will either be good or not good, or they'll all just come out of the tinfoil cosmonaut thing I invented, and we'll have nothing. But again, that's the worst case scenario. It's not that bad. All right, good luck, beans. It's making a lot of noise in there. I have a feeling this is gonna be a mess.
11 minutes later.
All right, it is time. I almost put my head right into the side of the freaking grill. Here we go, let's see what we're looking at. What I can tell you for sure is that a bunch of coffee beans did come out. You can kind of just see where they just fell down right into the grill. So that's gonna require some cleanup. That'll be fun. Hopefully there's still something inside of the container hard stop and maybe have some usable beans in there. Are for sure burned. But if you look into the side, well, can we? We're gonna have to crack it open. Some of it looks okay. Yeah, I don't think this worked at all. Other than being very embarrassing. That's what we ended up with. My guess is that the foil probably wasn't letting enough heat in on these guys, so they really didn't roast that aggressively, and probably everything that we were hearing popping must have just been the stuff that had spilled out and was just sitting directly on the burners. So of course they were cooking ridiculously fast. So yeah, that wasn't a win, but we learned. Okay, so I took a break and I was chatting it over here with Mrs. Addison, and she says that you can't try to make coffee beans and not ultimately try the outcome. For better or for worse, we have to sample what we made. Isn't that right, Addison? For science? For science. All right, here we go. They look like peanuts. Some of them are like even still verging on green. I know, that's what I was just telling them, Addie. Oh boy. What happened, Addison? What happened? This is not my day off. Oh my god, everybody's gonna be losing so much faith in me. Yeah, that almost broke my grinder. So, I don't know where to go next with this. As long as we're just gonna throw everything at the wall, right? I'm just gonna try to get all Rapunzel on this stuff.
I've got a person in my closet.
I've heard before that in writing, it can be just as much fun for the reader to see your hero try and fail as it is to see them try and succeed. So hopefully that's true today. Straight up at this point, a good cup of coffee has left us far behind. Now, we are merely trying to make it so we can make a bad cup of coffee drinkable, grindable even. I still got my cheering section, so that's fun. What do you think, Addison? What do you think, Addie? Can Daddy do it? Yay! Fun new opportunity has presented itself, and that is, can we now make the world's worst cup of coffee? It's still an accomplishment. It really is, right? Other things that I would mark as disappointing about the day is that my house smells very acrid at the moment, thanks to the incredibly burnt coffee beans that lie before me. But in between that acrid scent is occasionally a smell of something that is truly amazing, which makes me think that if done properly, these would have tasted extremely good. Here are my Frankenbeans.
Look how burnt so many of them are, while other ones are maybe not even completely roasted. This is failure. That is just absolute finest.
No, I totally, completely understand. At this point, we are just fully grasping at any of the straws that are even left. I don't even know if there are any that are left. But I feel like we've learned some very interesting things. One is the importance of persistence. That's really good, right? The other is tools. Having the right tool for the job makes another huge... That may have been the most ironic piece of comedic irony that has ever happened, ever. Literally talking about the importance of persistence and the importance of having the right tool, and inside of the sentence that I was recording it, my battery died. That's like persistence and tools failing at the exact same moment. Do you have any faith at all? Could it be good?
I don't think so.
You don't think it could be good?
I don't think it could be good.
Okay.
But it just smells funny.
Well, the whole house smelled bad for 2 days.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it sure did.
Freshly ground. Breathe it in.
Oh, it doesn't smell that bad.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if that's like, I'm like smelling Carlin Brothers coffee from before. But it doesn't smell that bad. Fruity kind of.
Do you have any more faith?
I have a little bit more faith now.
The way that I see it, Allie.
Okay.
And here's the way that I see it, is like this. We were making coffee that stands to be the worst cup of coffee we've ever drank in our lives.
So expectations are low.
Expectations are low. The good news is that while it was brewing, Addison had a little bit of a diaper emergency. So within the past 20 minutes, it's not the worst thing that's happened.
It's true.
Right?
It's true. It can only get better.
Silver linings.
You have to do everything you can. You have to work your hardest. And if you do, if you stay positive, you have a shot at a silver lining.
Addie, thank you so much. I know you did it just to be supportive. And your bow looks great.
At the very least, it looks like coffee.
You did it! Congratulations! World's best cup of coffee.
It looked a little light coming out.
Yeah, it's a little bit lighter than we normally have, but it smells like coffee.
How's the nose on it?
Pretty good. Still fruity. Hey.
Okay. Same time.
Same time.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It tastes like a crappy cup of coffee.
Oh, hot.
It is a crappy cup of coffee.
I don't think it's good.
No, it's the world's best cup of coffee.
It's almost, I feel like the way that it smells. Like when I was making it, there was like a period of time where I even talked to the camera about it, but it was like, you could smell the beans that were the like appropriate cook, but so many of them were burned. And I almost feel like that's exactly how it tastes. It's like, I get fruity notes immediately right out of the gate, and then it tastes burned.
Yeah.
So it's like, the first like...
It's not like, I mean... Honestly, I'm pretty impressed.
It's like diner coffee. Would you call it worse than diner coffee?
I feel like diner coffee isn't fruity.
So better than diner coffee?
I think it might be better, but like burnt. That's alright.
Calling that a win. I've made it to the office, and because I had an excessive amount of coffee beans left, I am now going to subject the whole team to my chaos.
Ethan the editor, give it a woof.
Smells like, I get notes of Folgers with some aftertaste of mistake.
Ooh, very, very good.
It smells a little burnt.
Oh no, now I'm on the spot. Ooh, it has a color.
It has a color.
I mean, most coffee is brown, but this is, it doesn't smell that bad.
It smells a bit like an espresso roast. Like I could smell Bustelo in here.
Now there's some left over for anybody who wants round 2.
And go! I'm just kidding. You
3,
guys.
2, 1, down the hatch.
No, it's drinkable.
Yeah.
Yeah?
This is not the worst coffee I've ever had.
No. It's thin.
Better than Starbucks.
Thin is the word. Yes, that is the right word.
What? I'm gonna call that high praise.
Yeah, I mean, it's better than Waffle House.
Better than Waffle House. Or
There
something.
you go.
How many stars out of 11?
Out of 11, maybe like 4.
I was thinking 3, yeah.
I'd go with 4. I can live with that. Cheers.
I will take 4 all day.
This week felt like it was about more things than just one. Recognizing the perks of knowing the worst case scenario, the importance of planning and research, or having the right tool for the job. But more than anything, it felt like it was about persistence. What's not pictured in today's episode is me walking away from the project on multiple occasions and chalking it up to a failed experiment. I even almost deleted all of the footage at one point. It wasn't out of anger or frustration, just the feeling that there wasn't anything to show really. But each time I walked away, I tried to think of one more thing I could try. And in the end, even though it's a 20-minute long video where I make a weak and bad cup of coffee, I learned a lot and hope that it was some measure of entertaining along the way. As ever, thanks for watching, and until next time.